For example, if somebody's being a dog, for example, somebody's like going around and just playing women, I don't think that's healthy. And I'm not necessarily just talking about in defense to women. I'm talking about like even for yourself. Like that's not even healthy for yourself, right? Like, so I think I don't know. I'm a little more firm, I suppose, in this regard. Is like I think we should define these terms, and I think it's probably a very masculine way of looking at it. But it's more like I think we should define these terms so we can know what to strive for. Especially like if I have, for example, let's say in an audience or something. Like I want to be the very best of me that I can be, because I know that people are gonna be looking up to me, right? Like especially if I get an audience, it's like so if I have somebody looking at me, right, judging me or just like looking at me, I need to make sure that I'm the best version of me that I can be, right, for myself, but also for a greater purpose, right? Like what does it mean to be the best man that I can be, the best? And like I said, I want to define that as a gentleman. What does it mean to be a gentleman? Like for me, I'm trying to figure out what that is. But it's in the name itself, gentle man. It's a man who is gentle, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean in regards to the opposite sex. It can be like, oh, I got to be gentle with everything around me, even myself. Yeah. Even myself. Actually, primarily myself, right? Because I think as a man, like, what I think a man is something that is, oh, I'm going to take care of it. You know, I'll be responsible. I'll be accountable. Right, like I gotta take care of, for example, the bills. I gotta take care of emotional stability. I gotta take care of all these little things. That's what it means to be a man. But to be a gentleman is further than that. Because a man could be like, hey, I'm taking care of the bills. Shut up and do what you need to do. Because I'm doing my role, right? And that's really like, damn, like, first of all, it's toxic. And I think it's not defining a man. But I'm just saying, like, a gentleman, I'm just trying to display the most clear, I guess, example. But a gentleman would be like, no, I recognize that we all play a role, and I gotta be gentle with potentially a perspective that doesn't necessarily align with mine, but I'm more open to that and more gentle to your perspective. You know, more open to it, pretty much, which is kind of like what you're doing, and I think is ladylike. It's like, and I think ultimately that's the perspective that we have to have as man and a woman, which is gonna be like, I don't understand exactly what you mean, but that's okay. Yeah. You know, but that's okay because I'm willing to accept what's coming in as genuine and truthful. And I think that's when you truly become closer to becoming a gentleman or a lady. And I'm too specific, you know. I'm talking about these terms, but I think there's value in defining things, right? But
yeah, I mean, I agree. I just think that with that, I guess that particular topic, like I guess how I see it is kind of more like, I mean, the only thing you can control is like yourself. Like even being myself, I'm also very like hard-headed, to be honest. Also need to work on that. But I guess like if someone's telling me like, you're not being the right kind of woman, you're doing this wrong, you can't be doing that because this does that and this is gonna happen, like I'm not gonna know how to do it. Now if I see someone like a woman like do live their own lives and be happy and do this and that, that's gonna inspire me more than a man trying to tell me how I should behave.
Of course.
And the other way around too, like I don't need to be going around telling a man how they should behave. I'm gonna be the person I am, and by being that and by becoming the person I want to be and all that, I myself have reflected on what kind of man I want.
Yeah, and you're gonna
by no other person's like ideas or by no other person's standards of who they think I should be with, but more so like, okay, so I value this and that. I really like this, and I think this would help me be even better. So then, of course, that's what I'm gonna look for. Not that I have much experience in that. I mean, I'm 19, and that's still like.
No, but it doesn't matter. You can become a lady at any point. But it's like, and fuck, I feel kind of bad because I keep defining it, right? And that's the problem with me. But as far as like, but you are gonna attract what you are. Like, okay, if you're a dog, you're only gonna get bitches. Like, you're not gonna get a lady, because a lady knows better, right? Like, and vice versa, right? Like, I mean, I don't know how it goes, but I would assume it's both ways.
It's hard to know, though. It's hard to know. Like,
but I think that's what leads to eventually breakups in relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
Is when it's like, I'm striving to be, let's say, let's flip it around just so it can not be specific, but it's like, let's say the lady's like, hey, I'm trying to be a lady. And I'm using general terms just to aspire to an idea of being, right? Like I'm trying to be a lady, and you're just so focused on like, I don't know, primal things, right? Yeah. Like, and you're not pursuing greater things, right? Yeah. Like, and it's like, it's going to lead to a problem. To me, I define that shit, right? Like, I'm like, no, okay, because this dude is focused on being a guy, or man, just is not necessarily settled in his being, right? Like, and there's a misalignment. You're a lady or a woman in pursuit to become a lady, right? And this is a guy and barely becoming in pursuit of becoming a man rather than a gentleman. So we're misaligned by crazy. So it's gonna lead to a relationship issue, right? Like, and you don't gotta define these terms. I just think that it's value to kind of. I mean, I think that's what words are for, right? Like, it's just like I'm trying to talk about an issue, but I think ultimately that's what leads to a bunch of relationship issues. Is just recognizing what you're dealing with, recognizing first of all the hardest question: who am I? Who am I truly? Right? What are my standards, and what am I actually acting on? What am I being? And then what do I expect out of my partner? Right? And if there's a misalignment there, or even how you understand yourself, or what do you want out of your life, it's gonna lead to a relationship issue.